I've been wanting to do this all week, but I figured why not do it live on the stream with you guys. My vinyl collection's getting larger, obviously, and it needs to be categorized. It's alphabetical loosely right now, but when I get new stuff in, like the new stuff kind of has a new category and the old stuff, but nothing's categorized by genre or anything like that. So I thought tonight would be a good time that you guys can actually see while I'm pulling a lot of this stuff out and making a crazy mess, that you guys could see a lot of the vinyl records. So how I want to categorize the records as I take a sip of my Faygo Twist. No red pop tonight, Faygo Twist, so I don't end up with the red mouth again. It's fantastic. Fantastic. What I want to do in terms of categorizing the vinyl is I was thinking I'd want to do metal is becoming more prominent so far in the collection. So it's time for metal to get its own section in one of the cubes back there. And it's time to get time to separate the jazz and the R&B so that rock is solely on its own. And I'm going to even go one step further tonight. You guys are going to want to see this. I'm going to start a cube of groundbreaking, must-hear 80s vinyl records. So I'm going to have a category that's just like the best-selling, most popular records that I have from the 80s. You know, whether it's Huey Lewis and the News Sports or, I don't know, Journey, Escape, or Van Halen 5150. I don't know if I want to split up my Van Halen, but see that we're gonna figure that out tonight together. We're gonna figure that out. So, all right, I say we get started here. Like I said, any questions, comments, bring them to the table. I will answer questions tonight, and we'll get to all that stuff. And I'll be checking the chat here regularly. Let's go to our second camera where the vinyl is. So what I'm going to do now, just to get started, probably is pull out the metal records first, and then put those down, and then I'll kind of loosen everything up, I think. So let's start here. Let me see me here. I am not going to put AC/DC into metal. I believe that I'm going to keep AC/DC in the rock genre, but I might change that. You never know. I might change my mind on that. You guys let me know what you think. AC/DC, we keep it, we put it in the metal, or we put it in the rock? Very important questions. This is another new one I got the other day. Alcatraz. If you guys aren't familiar with the band Alcatraz, early 80s metal featuring Yngwie Malmsteen on guitar, Graham Bonnet from Rainbow on vocals, and some other great musicians on there as well. This is their live album, 1984, and this will definitely go in the metal, as this is this will start the metal category. Next up, so we have more AC/DC here. Aerosmith will stay in the rock. Black Sabbath. So, geez, there's about 25. Oh, no. Maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Well, we'll pull them. We'll figure it out. I'll just pull a bunch here at a time so you guys can see. So there's the first Black Sabbath. That's an original pressing. The other ones are reissues. So the first maybe 6 albums right there, Black Sabbath. And continuing on, 5 or 6 more. Then you have the Ronnie James Dio era. You have Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, Sabotage, the later Ozzy stuff. Never Say Die, Technical Ecstasy. They're all here. So Sabbath definitely goes into the metal category. They are the pioneers of heavy metal. Let me get some more twist here. Okay. All right, let's see. More Black Sabbath. Live Evil. Live album from 1982. This is the box set. Metal. More. Even more Black Sabbath. 90s, late 80s Black Sabbath. Got Born Again. Black Sabbath 7 Star. And we have the Tony Martin era, the new box that just came out. The only one I'm missing on vinyl is the Eternal Idol. If anybody has that and would like to give it to me, please do. Or I'll buy it for you. And there's the box of the Black Sabbath set. Already getting messy here. I'm getting nervous. Bon Jovi. We'll get to that later. Probably gonna end up Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet will probably end up in one of those seminal 80s category of must-have. Alice Cooper, I will keep in rock. Deep Purple, I will keep in rock and roll. Def Leppard, I will keep in rock and roll, but probably the Hysteria album will probably make it into that 80s category. Here we go. Definitely two ones are going to make the metal category. The first two albums from Ronnie James Dio, Holy Diver, and The Last in Line. Recently got those from my buddy Phil. Shout out to Phil. Okay, on with the metal. We're pulling the metal records. We are pulling the metal vinyl. Fastway, Trick or Treat soundtrack, 1986. Trick or Treat, awesome horror movie. If you've never seen it, you can get it free on YouTube. It's not a big deal. It has Gene Simmons acts in it, and you can tell me whether you think he's a good actor or not. Ozzy Osbourne has appearance in it. And Skippy from Family Ties is the main character. So how can you go wrong with that? There's a picture of everybody in the movie right there. Fantastic movie. I love it. Cult classic. All right, more metal. Okay, Iron Maiden definitely goes into the metal category. Got a best of here, best of 90 to 2010. These are picture disc collection, as well as Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Somewhere in Time, just got that. It's the yellow Walmart edition. Peace of Mind. See there. And that's it. A little short on the Iron Maiden. Got up my game on the Iron Maiden as well. Need to get the first two. The first two I'm trying to get a good deal on. So we'll get into that. All right, still pulling the metal here. Up, next one, Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance. Picked this up from Village Vinyl, Sterling Heights. Awesome record store, great price. New since the last time I did a live stream, so that's a new addition to the collection. All right, let's keep going. Journey, that stays in rock. We'll get into that later. Definitely in the metal section. New addition since I did my last live stream, I believe. King Diamond, Abigail. Awesome metal record. If you don't know who King Diamond is, that's him right there. Pretty cool. Awesome album. Check it out. Kiss, I believe I will leave in rock as well. It's just, I don't know. It's another one of those weird ones like AC/DC. I should probably just leave it in rock. First Loverboy album. We'll get into that when we do our 80s picks. Led Zeppelin will stay in rock and roll. We have two more Metallica's here. Master of Puppets and Injustice for All. Those will also go into the metal section. Okay, next in the metal section. Next in the metal section will go Ozzy Osbourne. So going backwards here. No Rest for the Wicked, Tribute, Ultimate Sin, Record Store Day Edition of Bark at the Moon, Diary of a Madman, and Blizzard of Oz. And one more I got to add to that mix that I haven't even opened yet is No More Tears. Got this at Barnes & Noble in Allen Park. Awesome store. Haven't even opened this one yet, but I will. Maybe tonight we'll check that one out. Listen to it. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Taking out the metal records. If I forget any, hopefully I don't. Rolling Stone, Stays in the Rock. I'm going to make a judgment call here. And I'm going to put Rainbow, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, into the metal section because it features Ronnie James Dio, and I don't know, it's just very, they're very influential on a lot of heavy metal bands. So I figure I think they should probably go in the metal section. Definitely, this album is ridiculous. Rainbow Rising. If you never heard that before, definitely check that out. Old school hard rock. Richie Blackmore, awesome guitar player. Ronnie James Dio on vocals. All right, so we got Rainbow. Rush is going to stay in rock. That is, I consider that progressive rock. Like I said, for anyone joining right now, we are splitting everything into genres. So I'm making a metal section and along with the rock. So Bruce Springsteen, that'll stay in rock. Joe Satriani, that'll stay in rock. Steely Dan stays in rock. Toto stays in rock. I'll make a judgment call again. I'm going to put UFO. In the metal category. Again, very influential on a lot of heavy metal bands like Metallica, Megadeth. This is their Strangers in the Night live album, 1979. Definitely in the top 20, my top 20 live albums of all time. And we're definitely going to do a video on that one night too. I'll just pull all the live albums I have. Maybe we'll put them in order of importance. Make sure we're still on. U2 is not heavy metal. Van Halen I'm going to leave in rock, I believe. I will put another judgment. I'm going to put Whitesnake into the metal category. But this one, actually, the 1987 Whitesnake album will probably go into the 80s category, the seminal, groundbreaking 80s albums, most selling. There's Whitesnake, Slide It In, Slip of the Tongue, and Ain't No Love Live in the Heart of the City. All right, I think, well, we got to go through some of these. I haven't even put into, I haven't even categorized yet. Let's see what else. We'll go into the metal category. Not Survivor, not the Beatles. This definitely will. Motorhead, Overkill. Awesome album. Let's keep going here. No. Yep. I forgot about this one. This goes in the metal category as well. Dio's third album, Sacred Heart. And actually, this is a Canadian promotional copy. That's pretty cool. Put that in order. Van Halen, no. Jimi Hendrix, no. Bon Jovi, Aerosmith. One more. Another great top 20 live album, Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. Awesome, awesome live album. Definitely goes in the middle. So, doing pretty good. I'd say there's about, I don't know, 60, 70 metal albums there. So that will kind of thin things out when I'm looking to find stuff. When I want to go to metal now, bam, I got it all right there. I go to the metal section. We're in business. All right, let's get into the let's pull the jazz and R&B. Jeez. I don't even know if I have any in this upper area. Take a quick look. No. Any R&B or jazz? Here. Fleetwood Mac. Oh, here's a jazz. Jimmy Forrest, Out of the Forest. This is a reissue. I thought it was an original, but I was wrong. This is a 1983 reissue. But what's cool about this is I bought this record in 1998. I was working at a record store. Bought this when I was 18 years old. Still have this copy. Still plays very well. Sounds fantastic. Where am I going to put these? I'll put it here. Okay. First one there in the jazz R&B category. Oh, here we go. Hidden fader here. Here we go. We got Guy. The Future, second album from Guy, Teddy Riley group. And the first self-titled Guy album. Teddy Riley. You'll know songs like Groove Me, I Like, Goodbye Love, Piece of My Love, awesome R&B, must own. Al Green's greatest hits, must have again. Got to have Al Green in the mix. He's my man. Reverend Al Green. Let's keep rolling. Okay. See any more jazz and R&B? Jazz and R&B. Oh, Here we go. Michael Jackson, Thriller. I've talked about this on my channel before. Go watch those videos if you haven't seen that. It's actually an original pressing. Ways to tell it's an original. I know it's an original. Sounds great. Now this album, I got to stop and just tell you about this album. Anytime I pick up this album, I have to school people on this because I feel like they don't know. Between Off the Wall and Thriller, Michael Jackson was on this album with his brothers called Triumph, 1980. So you have Off the Wall, Triumph, Thriller. What you guys don't realize, this is a freebie if you don't know about this. This is a whole nother Michael Jackson album you don't even know about. He's all over this album, writing, producing, singing. This sounds like the follow-up to Off the Wall, in my opinion. And it's just an awesome, awesome album. Check that out. You can get one very cheap. Jackson's Triumph. R&B section. Billy Joel, no. Oh, here's a jazz Blue Note. Stanley Jordan. Now, the crazy thing about Stanley Jordan is that he plays two guitars at the same time. I swear to God, go look up Stanley Jordan live right now. He plays the neck on two guitars at the same time, and that's how he plays the guitar. You can kind of see what he's doing there. Yeah, I don't know. He taps. I don't know. I forgot exactly what he does, but it's pretty crazy. 1985 Blue Note, I believe that is. Kiss, Stays in the Rock. So we looked at that. Here we go. Awesome, awesome must-have jazz record. Les McCann, Eddie Harris, Swiss Movement, live at the Montreux Jazz Festival in 1969, I believe. This is a reissue. See the Super Series sticker there. So this is an 80s reissue. And mint condition. Love listening to it. It has a great song on it called Compared to What that I really love. The reason I bought this album was a song in the movie Casino with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. Compared to What is a great song that's in that film. Made me want to get that record. And, of course, the entire thing is awesome. I feel like I'm going to smash these records if I don't move it. Oh, this is getting messy. I'm not liking this. I'm getting nervous. This is crazy that I'm doing this live. I don't know why. This is very dumb of me. I'm making a mess. All right, Pink Floyd. Oh, we're missing some R&B here. We skipped over some R&B. Seminal R&B. God's sake. New Edition. One of my favorite R&B groups of all time. This is their 1996 album, Home Again. Again, one of these albums I bought in 1999, probably, 98, 99. And on Discogs, where you can go to, like, sports cards. Discogs is where you can keep your, you can price out your vinyl collection based on everyone's collections and what they sell for. This happens to be probably the most expensive album I own because it has yet to be reissued, and this is an original copy. Like I said, in 1990, this came out in 1996, and a lot of vinyl wasn't being made in 1996. Barely. This just went to like DJs and radio stations, so very rare. So it's pretty expensive. New Edition, Heartbreak, 1988. Bringing Johnny Gill into the group. This is a mint shrink copy. And this is the Can You Stand the Rain 12-inch single. And I love the picture of the cover on that. And Can You Stand the Rain has an instrumental and like a bunch of 12-inch longer versions of the song, which is really, really cool. All right, here we go. All right, still looking at pulling the jazz and R&B. We're almost done with that. We just pulled New Edition out. And we're about to hit a really big point here where a lot of stuff's going to start coming out. Here's a great jazz record, like I was saying. Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior. Still got the Peaches price sticker there. In the shrink wrap still from 1977, I believe. Romantic Warrior, awesome. You know, maybe one of the starts of jazz fusion albums here. So it's got like kind of prog rock meets jazz, and very just unbelievable players on that stuff. Keep going. Rolling Stones, Rush, lots of Rush. Springsteen. Oh, here's another one. Blue Note. 1985, I believe, Blue Note reissue. Jimmy Smith, a great organ player. This is Back at the Chicken Shack. Jimmy Smith, awesome. Look at that dog on the cover. What a cute dog. Very cool, awesome Blue Note record here. A lot of people say that these 80s direct metal mastered albums aren't as good as the ones like if you go to the record store now and look for this, it'll be on either a Blue Note Tone Poet or a new Blue Note reissue, and those are said to be better. But the sound on this one sounds great to me. And I'm glad I got it for a good price. Got Kenny Burrell on it as well, who I love, and Stanley Turrentine. Can't go wrong. I mean, those are jazz pioneers. So awesome album. See, this is cool because I'm pulling a lot of things out that I've never probably taken out of the collection. So this is pretty cool to see a lot of this stuff. Some more light here. I can't see. But you two know. Oh, here's some Very important jazz records. Weather Report. Weather Report. Black Market. Promo copy. Gold stamp. Probably one of the most popular jazz albums, fusion jazz albums of all time. Weather Report. Heavy Weather. Featuring Jaco Pastorius on bass. Just really, really awesome. Birdland, check that song out if you want to get into Weather Report. Very, very good stuff. Another Weather Report here, Mr. Gone. I probably only listened to this one time, I think. I probably should check that out again. But here's the guys right there. Also, you got Wayne Shorter, Jaco Pastorius. What am I missing here? Zabanal. Very cool. Weather Report. Check that out. Pretty crazy stuff. I don't know if you can handle it. If you can handle it, check it out. All right. More jazz, more R&B. Let's keep pulling. Let's keep pulling. Yes is not. Oh, another jazz. Yellow Jackets. Very cool. 80s jazz. Very much in the smooth jazz category. Another promo here. Very much, if you're into like the old school smooth jazz 80s stuff, this is really, really awesome record. Check that out. Featuring Robin Ford. Robin Ford is on this album as well, who also played on Kiss's Creatures of the Night album. Another R&B. Zap with Roger Troutman. This is the self-titled album, I believe. Zap, 1980. This has More Bounce to the Ounce on it. All Right, Be All Right, which was sampled by Tupac, and Keep Your Head Up. And awesome record. It's actually, the price on this has gone way up since I got mine. So this is awesome to have. Check that one out. Essential R&B. Keep those questions coming in. Keep the chat coming in. We're going to check back on the chat in just a minute here. Let's keep going. You know what? I'm going to put this in the R&B category as well. Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. Yep, I'm going to put this in R&B. Disco and R&B are kind of the same to me. There's my man Tony Manero right there, my hero, Tony Manero. Respect. And there's the Bee Gees there. You show them respect too. So Saturday Night Fever we'll put in R&B as well. Moving on. Oh, got this. Haven't even listened to this yet. Got this in the estate sale a couple weeks ago. Commodore's Greatest Hits. Very cool. Very important to have that in the R&B collection. Keep going. Stevie Nicks, Foreigner, ELO, George Michael, New. Bad Company, Jimi Hendrix, Elvis Costello, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Queen. That is not jazz. Now we're going to start to get into a lot of that stuff. So let's start pulling here. Let's check a couple more chats before, because now we're going to start really getting into some jazz and R&B pulls here. So I'll put this in the jazz. Herb Alpert, Rise, 1980, I believe. Herb Alpert. And the song, is it the song? The song Rise is Notorious B.I.G. Hypnotized. That's what was sampled from this album from Herb Alpert. So that's why I like to have that. Let's keep going. Wow, there's some really weird stuff in here. We'll get to it. Real weird stuff. Jeez. Another jazz, R&B, well, just jazz. Brecker Brothers, who brass section duo brothers, played on every freaking R&B jazz album you can imagine. If you look up the Brecker brothers, they probably played on 8 billion albums. This is one of their solo ones I found in a jazz section for cheap. It's still in the shrink wrap here. Maybe I opened it. Maybe it was sealed. But look at these guys. Yeah, looks like Scarface. It's like Tony Montana's guys or something. The Brecker brothers. Detente. Check that out. Awesome jazz album. Glad I found this one. I have it. George Benson, Earl Klug, collaboration. Awesome album with the two of these guys together. Awesome guitar playing on this, and definitely in that smooth jazz category. Smooth jazz stations played the crap out of this, I'm assuming, back in the day. So I like that. I like to have the. We'll put this into jazz. George Benson collection. Another one in the shrink wrap still here. Don't remember if I opened this brand new or not, but it's a very cool collection here. It's my favorite George Benson songs. Turn Your Love Around, Give Me the Night, On Broadway, Masquerade, Breezin'. Got to check out Breezin'. George Benson, Breezin'. You don't know that song, you're missing out. Check it out. God, I'm making a mess in here. Why am I doing this? The one I was telling you guys earlier, I found this at a bookstore last week. Dave Brubeck Quartet, Time Out. Very important jazz record. Been reissued a million times. It's audiophiles consider this to be like one of the biggest audiophile records to listen to, jazz records to listen to find out how really good your analog audio system is. So I was really glad to find this. Very clean copy. I think it was maybe like a second pressing, but it is original and very cool. Old school jazz. Oh my God, I got records falling out here. They're falling out of the thing. Oh my God. I don't know how long. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do this on camera. Another jazz in the shrink wrap. Hank Crawford, After Hours, Atlantic Records. Maybe late 60s. I think I opened this sealed. Hank Crawford, minty condition. Very cool. Sax player, Hank Crawford. Jeez. Here's the Stanley Clarke I was telling you about, called I Want to Play for You. Look at Stanley Clarke right there. Awesome afro. He's got a little Swisher Sweet there he's smoking on. And his bass. Stanley Clarke. That's the man. One of the greatest bass players, not just jazz bass players, greatest bass players on earth, period. There's a couple from the Crusaders. Awesome jazz group. Street Life. Love that song. Check that out. Love that. Got more jazz than I remember. I guess I kept a lot. All right, here's another guy of mine I really like. Larry Carlton, awesome jazz guitar player. They call him Mr. 335 because he always plays Gibson 335 guitar. And he played on a lot of Steely Dan stuff. He played on the Asia album. He played on the Gaucho album, I believe. So a lot of stuff, especially this album. His first album here sounds a lot like Steely Dan. So if you're a fan of Steely Dan, you want to get some more like that, just like that Jackson's album I showed you. This is like a freebie. This is an extra Steely Dan album you're going to get out of this that you didn't even know was out there. Larry Carlton. All right. Eric Clapton, That'll Stay in Rock. Elvis Costello in rock. Change, The Glow of Love is an R&B album from 1980. I believe it's 1980. Featuring Luther Vandross on lead vocals before his solo career. He was in this group, Change, The Glow of Love. Awesome, awesome song. Got to check it out. Change, Glow of Love. Sampled by Janet Jackson in the song All For You. That's what made me look up this version. And man, is that a great. Just for that song alone, it's worth price of admission. And more Deep Purple. No. Purple, Deep Purple, Deep Purple. God, do I love Deep Purple. Here's another one. Diodato. That's right. That's a mouthful. Diodato, Prelude. Another one of these, this is on CTI Records, another one of these 70s groundbreaking jazz albums that a lot of audiophiles love to test their equipment out on. And, it's just one of those real audiophile, really, really cool albums, Diodato. He does a version on here. Is this the one? Oh, no, this is not it. But I don't even know how to describe this. Just go check it out. It's 70s, early fusion jazz, I guess. Speaking of that, here's my guy. Got a lot from this gentleman. We'll go through it quick. Jeez, I got a lot. Al Di Meola, awesome jazz guitar, fusion guitar player. Kick ass jazz guitar player. And look at him there. What I realize when you do your research on this stuff, Al Di Meola, look at him right there. He's probably 20. He's probably like 21 years old. Right? He's probably 20 years old right there. Al Di Meola looks like he's 55. It's ridiculous, especially here too. Dude, now this album is unbelievable. Elegant Gypsy, one of the greatest jazz fusion, greatest guitar albums ever made. Got to get this. You're a guitar player. You haven't heard this. I don't know what the hell's the matter with you. Look at him right there, Al Di Meola. He's got to be 20. He's got to be 20, 21 right there. I swear to God, when I would see this as a kid, I thought he was in his 50s. It's ridiculous. Why did guys do that back then? I don't understand. Maybe it was just the photography back then. I don't know. Oh, my God, I'm making a mess. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. Like I said before, we're pulling the jazz and R&B. Got to get the jazz and the R&B out of here. Those are going to their own sections. Again, jazz fusion classics. Chick Corea, Return to Forever. This has Al Di Meola on guitar, Stanley Clarke on bass, Chick Corea on keyboards. You cannot go wrong. This is legendary stuff here. This is groundbreaking, unbelievable. Light as a feather. Awesome, awesome jazz album. Got to check that out. I'm telling you. Go on YouTube and look it up. Won't cost you a dime. Oh, another one here. Another Return to Forever. That's an import. Doobie Brothers. New. I'll keep that in rock. Ace Frehley. I will keep that in rock. Faces. Uh-oh. Here's... Here's two Guy. I show you other Guy records I have. Teddy Riley. Here's a single of Guy from the Do the Right Thing soundtrack, 12-inch. And another Guy single there. The song. Oh, I got the wrong one. Groove Me. Oh, and my face is all so funny. Another R&B. Classic R&B album. Johnny Gill, first solo album, post New Edition. 1990, I believe. Johnny Gill. This has Rub You the Right Way, My, Fair Weather Friend. Awesome, awesome album. Fantastic singer, Johnny Gill. Legend. Why is he not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Or is he? I don't remember. Genesis, no. Another seminal, awesome disco album here, GQ. Still in the shrink wrap here. Got the sticker on there. GQ known for the song Disco Nights. Much sampled disco song used in hip hop and R&B. But the reason I had this album is the last song on the album is called I Do Love You, which I heard when I saw the movie Baby Boy with Tyrese and Snoop Dogg. And that song was at the end of that movie, and I said, damn it, that's a good song. I need to get that. So I finally got a nice, really nice, clean copy of that. Got that recently. Wanted to add that to the mix because I really do love that song. I Do Love You by GQ. Check that out. Oh, here's an awesome one. Leon Hayward. Look at him. Look at Leon Hayward. Now, it says featuring a song called I Want to Do Something Freaky to You. That's the name of the single. And now why I have this is I Want to Do Something Freaky to You is actually the sample used by Dr. Dre in the song Nothing But a G Thing. It sounds exactly like it. This is just a cooler, longer version of it. So why would you not want that? It sounds awesome. It sounds exactly like that song. And I can't believe, wow, I forgot that was in the shrink wrap with the hype sticker still on it. That is cool. Best of Phyllis Hyman. Awesome singer, unbelievable voice. This is like way out of print. This is another one of those rare ones I have, I think. And I haven't listened to this one a lot. I'm going to check this one out. I haven't listened to this since I bought it years ago, but I knew it was going to be one of these ones where it'd be hard to find, so I wanted to pick it up. So definitely awesome vocals. Sammy Hagar, no. You mentioned Isley Brothers. Here's Isley Brothers, Greatest Hits. Another fantastic copy here, I believe. Is this still in the shrink wrap? I think it is. Awesome album here. Has the greatest hit as That Lady, Groove With You, For the Love of You, Footsteps in the Dark, Between the Sheets, Fight the Power, It's Your Thing. This is one where every song is good. Every song on this is good. Get it. Listen to it. Oh, another Isley Brothers. The Isley Brothers Go All the Way. The reason I have this one is one of my favorite Isley Brothers songs of all time is a track called Here We Go Again. Check that out on YouTube. Isley Brothers, Here We Go Again. Oh, it's such a great song. And I love the fact that they're dressed all like Frank Lucas on the back. They look like they're extras from the American Gangster movie. It looks like Bumpy Johnson right there. Look at these guys, Frank Lucas. No, that is Ronald Isley and the Isley Brothers. Is that cool or what? Billy Joel is not R&B or jazz. Here's R&B. My man Rick James. Here's the greatest hits collection from Rick James. There he is right there. Oh boy, Rick James. Unity. This has all the cool hits on it. You Turn Me On is one of my favorite Rick James songs. Fire and Desire, obviously with Tina Marie. You and I, Mary Jane, Dance With Me, Give It To Me Baby, Super Freak. It's all on here. Reflections, Rick James. It smells like Coke. All right, moving on. Want to smoke with the old boy Rick James? Journey to. Bought this one. Forgot about this one. Bought this one on the 4th of July weekend in one of the stores in Saginaw I went to. Got this back in the collection. Janet Jackson, Control. And awesome in the shrink wrap still. Original pressing, original copy of that. I mean, how can you go wrong? There's a million hit songs on there. Come on. Must have in the collection. Must have. Please argue with me on that. Another awesome. Remember I talked about that Jackson's album. Well, the next one was a live one. This is the Jackson's Live. What's really, really cool about this album, see Michael's sparkly socks on the back there and his shoes, patent leather shoes, is he does a lot of songs live on here from the Off the Wall album, and they sound fantastic. Like Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Working Day and Night, song Off the Wall, She's Out of My Life. It's just awesome, awesome live album. Check this out. Jackson's Live, 1981, right the year before Thriller. Can't go wrong. All right. Oh my God, where am I here? This is getting, I don't know. This is getting crazy. Joe Jackson. I'm gonna keep Joe Jackson in rock. I'm making a call on that. This is self-titled from the artist Joe. Another hard one to find. I think I had this for years, but this is probably hard to find now. This is in the shrink wrap still. From 1993, Joe, the album Everything. This is New Jack Swing R&B, 90s R&B. So it sounds like Blackstreet or New Edition or the Teddy Riley sort of stuff. Boys to Men, that kind of vibe. Joe, Everything. Awesome album. Check that out on your Spotify. I know it's on there because I just put it in my collection on Spotify. Quincy Jones. The Dude. Again, another album between his work on Off the Wall from Michael Jackson and Thriller. This is in between. So he puts out this solo album, The Dude, and it's got Michael Jackson not on it, but it's got a lot of great songs. James Ingram, one of the greatest singers, R&B singers of the 80s, and recorded and mixed by Bruce Swedien, who engineered and recorded Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad from Michael Jackson. So this is going to sound good. It sounds fantastic. The engineering and production on here is just unbelievable. Like it says here, 12 Grammy nominations. So, I'm not lying. Here we go. More jizz here. Let's go do this really quick. Gotta have this. Gotta have some Bob James. Gotta have some Bob James in the mix there. Classic jazz. 70s, 80s jazz. This one featuring the song Angela is the theme from the TV show Taxi with Andy Kaufman, my man Andy Kaufman. Gotta have that. More Earl Klug. This is Late Night Guitar, Earl Klug, 1980. Smooth jazz to the max. Smooth jazz to the max. Silky smooth. Wow, this is a weird one. Very weird album. This is Kids at Work. I never heard of this till I saw it. 1984 CBS Records. But you notice one of the very young kids in the group is a young Teddy Riley from Guy and the producer of Michael Jackson's Dangerous. And Blackstreet, the leader and founder of Blackstreet, Teddy Riley. And this is a very cool record. And I'm glad I had a promo copy. And it's just a cool one that I thought I should have in my collection because I'm a huge Teddy Riley fan. Got to meet the gentleman in Las Vegas one time. And he was very, very nice to me. In the men's room. Oh, I shouldn't say that. We happened to be washing our hands. M to May. M to May, Juicy Fruit. The classic song that Notorious B.I.G. sampled for the song Juicy. This is the original, Juicy Fruit. So, we've got to have that in there. I love the sampled stuff. I love owning the records where the original sample came from. I don't know why I like that, but I like it. I'm going to put this in jazz. I'm making the call. Oh, wait. Here's one I'm missing here. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Wake up, everybody. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes featuring one Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy P. Love that album. And I'm making a call, like I said. Joni Mitchell, I'm going to put into jazz because the collection, the stuff I have from her is really the jazz era from Joni Mitchell, where you have Jaco Pastorius and Pat Metheny playing on a lot of the stuff. I think that Larry Carlton also plays on some of the stuff. Awesome stuff, especially this album with Jaco Pastorius. Is it Hejira? It's called Joni Mitchell. Man, is that a great album? Jeez, so good. Do yourself a favor. Check these out. Tell him. All right, let's keep going here. God, it's taking way longer than I thought. Belle Biv DeVoe single of one of my favorite songs has every guy from New Edition on it. Around 1991, this was seen as a New Edition reunion. They did a song called Word to the Mother that was on their remix album from Belle Biv DeVoe. This is the 12-inch single. It's got like 6 different versions, a cappella, instrumental, all that stuff. Check out that song in the music video, too. That's old school. New Jack Swing. Alexander O'Neal, Hearsay. Alexander O'Neal, again, has the song Sunshine on here. This does not have Saturday Love, was another one from Alexander O'Neal. Sunshine, man, is that a great song. One of the greatest R&B songs of the 1980s. Best of the OJs. Not Simpson, but the OJs. Eddie Levert, Gerald Levert's father, was in the OJs. Backstabbers, I Love Music. I think so many good songs. Darlin', Darlin' Baby. If you know that from Big Punisher, sampled that. And Still Not a Player. Still Not a Player. Is that how I said that? Teddy P. Speaking of Teddy P, again, in the shrink wrap. It's got the hype sticker on it, too. Teddy Pendergrass, Greatest Hits. How can you go wrong? Turn Off the Lights. Love TKO. What's the one I have I like down here? Close the Door. Oh, my God. Very, very important R&B music. Very, very important. Steve Perry. I will not put that. That goes into my 80s. Prince. Jeez. All right, let's talk about it. Prince. Does he go in R&B or does he stay in rock? I don't know. Hit me up. Tell me in the chat right now. Prince. Tell me. I don't know. I think I'm gonna. I'm gonna put Prince in R&B because that's where he's found in the record stores. So I'll play by the rules. But what's really cool is these are my favorite 2 Prince albums. Not Purple Rain, not 1999, not Controversy. My 2 favorite are the first 2. First 2 albums. For You is the first album from Prince, 1977 or 8, and then self-titled Prince is the second album from Prince. You can see him there, and he's on a white stallion on the back here. What is that supposed to? Unicorn. But this one is cool. I got this one recently. The first Prince album, original pressing. Still got the Harmony House record sticker on there. $6.94. Wow. And I paid $28 for mine. Can you believe that? Now that's inflation. But awesome to have. You don't see this come around often. Tight shrink wrapped. Sounds fantastic. Love the first 2 Prince albums. I mean, I like them all, but those ones really I'm very fond of. Oh, jeez. Never ending. Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down. Great one to have in the collection all night long. It's an awesome stereo song. Great song to test your stereo. See that bass. See that the high trebles, low bass. Make sure you got everything is kicking. You put on All Night Long, bam. Running with the Night, cool song. Stuck on You, Penny Lover. I mean, come on. I mean, I would say next to Thriller, that's the most hits on an R&B album of the 80s, I would say. Diana Ross and the Supremes, original pressing, Love Child. This is a very, very clean copy. Wow, does that look good, huh? Look at that. Very cool. How's my lighting in here? Should I have more light? Kim, I need more light. I don't know. Renee and Angela. Another one of these where highly, highly sampled in R&B and hip hop. I Love You More on here. I love the song I Love You More, which was sampled by Notorious B.I.G. on Life After Death. The song I Love the Dough is from I Love You More from Renee and Angela. And you got the guitars going on the back there. Look at that. I need one of those. I want one of those Moog guitars. God, I'm making a mess. Jeez. Right. Supertramp. No. Up. Best of the Spinners. Awesome. Shrink Wrap. Still have the Super Saver series. 1980s reissue. Best of the Spinners. Awesome, awesome, awesome. No. All right, here we go. This guy, big time jazz here. Just recently lost my buddy here, David Sanborn. He played with the Stones. He played with Clapton. He played with a million albums. Guy played on a billion albums playing the sax. So I got a lot of David Sanborn here. As any vinyl collector knows, you can get these for, always get up these for a reasonable price. So you pick them up. You find them in good condition. Why the hell not? What's the downside? That's what I say. Okay, more jazz here. Tom Scott and the LA Express. Shrink wrap. Nice price sticker. Boom. Awesome jazz. Awesome funk. R&B jazz. Boz Scaggs. Keep him in rock. Joe Sample, Rainbow Seeker. Awesome, awesome jazz album. The song sampled on this is In All My Wildest Dreams, is a song that Tupac sampled for the song Dear Mama. When you put this on, In All My Wildest Dreams, Joe Sample, you will instantly know that is the song Dear Mama. So you gotta have it. You gotta have it in the mix. Another Joe Sample there, no big deal. Okay, jazz. Gabor Szabo. Mizrab is the album. Now, I would hear vinyl guys, audiophile guys talk about this album for years. Gotta get it, gotta have it, gotta own it. Finally found one. Mint shape, very glossy cover there, very cool, from mid 70s. Or no, early 70s, on CTI, well-known jazz label. He's a guitar player and awesome jazz guitar player. You gotta check it. He does this version of Summer Breeze from Isley Brothers on here. Awesome. Steely Dan. I'm gonna keep in rock. As I said so. Scorpions. Not. Wow, there's some weird stuff in here. Wow. Pat Travers, no. Van Morrison, a lot of Van Morrison. Oh, there's an R&B. Oh, so good. Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, has Never Too Much song. Sugar and Spice, Don't You Know That? I've Been Working. House Is Not a Home. She's a Super Lady. Oh my God. Every song on here is good. If you don't have this album, go listen to it now. I don't care if you leave. I don't care if you leave the live stream right now to go listen to Luther Vandross. Never Too Much. All right, let's keep going here. All right. Keep pulling them out. Joe Walsh, no. Bob Welch, that is rock. Okay, here we go. Bobby Womack. Across 110th Street, original motion picture score. Love this song, Across 110th Street. Reminds me of the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington. That song is prominent in the movie. And in this movie as well, it has Anthony Quinn. And I believe is about Harlem gangsters. And I believe a man named Bumpy Johnson might be a character in that movie. I don't think I've seen Across 110th Street. Not bad. Another great jazz album, jazz drummer, Tony Williams. Awesome, awesome jazz drummer. This is a good album because he's got a lot of... He's got Herbie Hancock on here, Tom Scott, Stanley Clarke, Jan Hammer, George Benson. I mean, come on. He's got everybody on here. That's why I bought it. See, the one thing I like about the jazz stuff is you don't really have to know about it or hear it. What I do is when I'm looking through the jazz section of a record store, I'll look at the back and say, oh, who plays on this? There's certain guys that I see that they play on this album. I know it's going to be good. I just know it. Okay? So when you have the best of the best players, jazz-wise on an album, that's what I look for. Jeez. All right, I think we're done there. I think we're done pulling. We pulled the metal albums when we started. Then we pulled the jazz. We pulled the R&B. Wow. So we're really left with, oh, thanks. Fago. Fago grape. I'm doing the grape. Man, is that good. Asking me the time. Morris Day. Yes, did have some. I have to get it back. Saw the first Time album the other day at the record store. Wanted to get it, but not quite the time yet. Got to get your son a Squawk Box in the other room like Baba Booey. Well, he's got his channel. Make sure if you see him in the chat here, check out his channel on YouTube. His Funko Pop channel. What's it called? Put it in the. He'll put it in the chat here. Camo's Pops. Here, I'll put it on the screen here. Right there. Follow that channel. Check them out. He's got 8 billion Funko Pops. Got to say. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think here? Here, I'll show you. I said I would show you the Jay-Z I have. Uh-oh. That's good. I can't see it so dark. Oh, here it is. Jay-Z, Dead Presidents. This is our original pressing single on the way before Def Jam. distributed by Priority Records on the Rockefeller label. And what's cool, I love the song Dead Presidents. And this is cool too. It has the address there for Rockefeller Records. 17 John Street, Suite 1400, New York, New York. There's even a phone number on there you can call if you would like to call Damon Dash and Jay-Z. You could have called them personally when this record came out in 1996. Jay-Z. Down here, I just said this is where I keep all the R&B 12-inch singles. There's a ton of them in here. I got Mary J. Blige, a lot of Uptown Records, Guy, Blackstreet, Maxwell. I was talking about hip hop earlier. Where's that? Where are you? Give me 1 second here. I got some cool stuff. Where are you? Where is the Jay-Z? This is pretty cool. Ruthless Records, 12-inch of the DOC. DOC is prominently featured on Dr. Dre's The Chronic album. He's the guy that talks like this. Because he was in an auto accident after his first album came out and damaged his voice. But his first album on Ruthless Records, No One Can Do It Better, is an awesome hip-hop album classic. What's the one I wanted to show you? Oh, there's a Tupac single there, Dear Mama. SWV. Oh, here is original pressing here on Sugar Hill Records. We have Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang. Original pressing right there, single, Rapper's Delight. Sugar Hill Records. Very cool. I haven't listened to that in quite a while. I really should. This is cool too. NWA, the 12-inch of Straight Outta Compton and Express Yourself. Very cool. The back. Produced by Dr. Dre and Yella. Songs written by Ice Cube. And there's all the guys there. NWA single. Where's the one I wanted to show? No. Jodeci. Here we go. This is an album from Eddie F. and the Untouchables. Eddie F. was Heavy D's DJ and producer. This is his first solo album called Eddie F. and the Untouchables. Why I have this? Let me tell you why I have this. I have this because this is the only song that Tupac and Biggie performed on together while they were alive. Okay? I know there was Eminem did one where they were on there and posthumously and in death, yes, people would put them together. But this actually, they were on the same song while they were still alive. This is it. It's a song called Let's Get It On. Also has Heavy D on it. It's a really cool song. Check that out. Look up Eddie F. Let's Get It On. You'll hear Biggie and Tupac on that song. Not saying that they were together at the same time in the same room, even doing it, but they did end up on the same track. Another cool 12-inch, Jane Child, Don't Want to Fall in Love. Awesome Teddy Riley produced track. Classic New Jack Swing here. Classic Teddy Riley. Cool. And Mary J. Blige. Okay, so what have we done tonight? We've gone through and we've separated the metal, we've separated the R&B, we separated the jazz. That leaves now rock. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to get all this stuff back together, and then on the next stream I do, we'll go through that rock section and pull that stuff out, because I've already showed you guys all the metal. and I showed you all the R&B, and I showed you all the jazz in my collection. So all that's left is rock. And I have to separate those seminal 80s ones. Maybe I'll do that now. You want to do some of that now? Okay, let's do it. What is that dead president's worth today? I don't know. I'd have to look it up. It's in like good condition, not mint. Is there a record you want to own but either can't afford or don't want to spend that kind of money? Yeah, Dweezil. I'm a really big fan of like the mobile fidelity stuff. Like that MoFi One Step and you know those real audiophile pressing stuff. And man, do they get expensive, and especially the box sets get expensive. Like the new Van Halen one comes out it comes out tomorrow actually. Van Halen for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge box set. So it has the vinyl release in it, and it has like 3 CDs, a Blu-ray. These things, those are costly. You know what I mean? But they are really, really cool. Speaking of that, I will show you this. I did get this on my Saginaw trip at Audio Gazing Records in Saginaw. Been waiting for this for a while. I was holding out for this one for a good price. I got it. What makes this one different of Fleetwood Mac Rumors is that they've split it up into 2 LPs and they've made it 45 RPM. So less songs per side. Now you have 4 sides, so you probably get like 3 songs on a side. And at 45 RPMs, ups the sound quality and the fidelity on this. You really, really can hear everything in the mix, and it's just so clear and so vibrant, and it just sounds like you're listening to the master tape. So that's why I held out for the 2 LP Fleetwood Mac. But, all right, let's see. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll just show you really quick. I'm not going to pull, but what I'm looking to do for like seminal essential 80s albums would be probably like Back in Black, AC/DC. Oh, here's a jazz one I did pull. Just got this one. Kenny Burrell, Midnight Blue. Essential jazz. One of the greatest jazz albums of all time on Blue Note. Kenny Burrell guitar. Awesome guitar jazz. Like you're just kind of want to get your feet wet into some jazz. This is the album you want to go listen to on your Spotify. I know some of the sax stuff and the horn stuff can get a little crazy, and maybe you're not ready for that yet. But the guitar stuff from Kenny Burrell is really just smooth. Sit back, relax, and you'll really enjoy this. Definitely check that out. Let me put this somewhere. All right. Yeah, like I said, seminal 80s albums. I'll put Bon Jovi in there, Slippery When Wet. I'll put Phil Collins, Face Value. Debut album from Christopher Cross. I believe that should go in there. 80s albums. Def Leppard, Hysteria. I'll put that in there. I don't know, maybe. Duran Duran, Notorious. Very, very good album. Very underrated. Produced by Nile Rodgers. 80s. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night. Probably put that in there. Classic 80s. Don Henley, End of the Innocents, but more so probably. Oh, you know what? It's down under. Journey Frontiers, I would put in there. Journey Escape, I would also put in there. Journey Raised on Radio, I would put in there. Maybe Billy Joel, Stormfront. Awesome album. I'll be honest, no Kiss will make the quintessential 80s albums. I don't think they Although I love it, but that belongs in its own thing. That's its own deal. Oh, here's one. Definitely will go in there. The Outfield, Play Deep. The Outfield has the song Your Love on it. Go check it out. You'll know exactly. The first 5 seconds of that song, you'll know exactly what it is. 80s. Another seminal 80s record. Here's a promo copy, original pressing, Roxy Music Avalon. Audiophile to the max. This is what a lot of audiophile analog vinyl collector guys use this album as your litmus test to how good your stereo and your speakers and all your stuff is. Awesome made album, mixed by Bob Clearmountain. You don't know about Bob Clearmountain? Go read up on him. YouTube his name. Look at all the records he's done. He's all over the place. So anyway, Rush Moving Pictures, probably put that in there. So that's going to be a daunting task, and I probably will say that maybe for the next stream that I do. Let's check into some more chats, and I believe we will sign off for the night because I'm getting hungry.